Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Chris Wall, and welcome to cookingwithchriswall.com and Chris Wall on YouTube and all Caribbean delights. Now, this video is about a pork shoulder that I'm going to roast, and I'm developing a dry rub. So I want to share with you the ingredients of my dry rub, what I'll be using for this pork roast, for this pork shoulder roast. So bear with me, let me get to the ingredients, and then we'll start going. Because basically, a dry rub is a little bit of everything that you may have in your pantry already. You will use starting from sugar to chili powder to ginger powder to onion powder. All those dry seasonings can be put together and become a dry rub. So this is what we'll put together, my selection of dry herbs and dry seasoning powders for this dry rub. So here's my pork shoulder. I have washed it, I've soaked it in vinegar and salt and lemon, and I soaked it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Rinsed it off and dried it completely, and now it's ready to be seasoned. Before I place the seasoning in there, I'm going to use a knife. I'm going to use a knife and I'll poke some holes into it, especially around the bone area here. You hit that bone and I get a slice and put a slit there around the bone here and the bone here, and just put a little incision in there so that you can get that seasoning in there. Below the skin, you put some incisions below the skin, and also to the front here you put a couple of incisions there. On the backbone, on the back of it here, you put some incisions right there and right there. But you're going to try to get the seasoning all up in there and all up under there and into the meat of itself. So we just put some incisions and we're good to go. Okay, so that's how you'll prepare this this shoulder to be seasoned. Now, the ingredients that I'm going to use for the dry rub, we're going to do a tablespoon of everything. We'll come back and we'll measure those. So in here, I already have a tablespoon of red pepper flakes to give it some heat. I would go in now with 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. That's to give it a sweet taste. For a little added heat, I would go in with a half a tablespoon of hot chili powder. A half a tablespoon. This is onion powder. You go in with a tablespoon of onion powder. Smoked paprika. 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. This is a combination of allspice, whole black peppers, peppercorns, and allspice. And this I toasted them to get a good flavor out of them, and then I ground them So I'll go in with a tablespoon of this. So this is allspice, grounded allspice with black peppercorns. Now, we have to get some herbs in here, and we're using dried thyme. You'd go in with at least 2 tablespoons of dried thyme. And a tablespoon of ginger. I'm starting with a tablespoon. It all depends on how much you need. If you see you need more, you're just gonna have to, adjust it. And like if you're doing 2 of those, you'll have to adjust it. Okay, so that's ginger powder. I did 1.5 tablespoons of ginger powder. And my favorite seasoning, which is the chicken bouillon powder. We're gonna do 1.5 tablespoons of that. Okay, 1.5 tablespoons of that. As I always say, my love for cumin is undying. So the cumin powder, we have to do at least 1 tablespoon of cumin powder. Cumin is to die for. Now, this is a gourmet powder. It's a Japanese. It's made in Hong Kong actually, and it's called Vitsin, and you can get it at any one of the Oriental stores, or it's sold in the regular market, but in the international aisle. It adds flavor. It wakes up the flavor of any dish or any seasoning or any meat. It's good for meats, or good for pork, beef, fish, chicken, anything that you're seasoning. And a little goes a long way. So what we'll do with this, we'll just use a 1/2 teaspoon and mix it in there. Just a 1/2 teaspoon, and get that in there. Okay, and again, that's called Vitsin. It's a gourmet powder. Now, we have the sugar, we have the onion powder, we have our thyme, we have almost everything I can find. Paprika, everything in there. So now we'll mix this up. Salt, I have not put any salt in here as yet. I'll just add like a 1/2 teaspoon of salt just to bring it up. A 1/2 tablespoon, sorry, a 1/2 tablespoon of kosher salt. This will start to incorporate. Just make sure everything's all mixed together. Just get your hand in there. Oh, here's a whole peppercorn, and that's no problem. But I just need it to be all mixed in together and be well incorporated. Alright, so here we go. We have our our dry rub for our pork shoulder. Okay. In the next clip, I'll show you how to get into the pork shoulder and where we'll put these seasonings and how we'll massage the whole thing up. So guys, now we'll start getting our seasonings into this pork shoulder. Don't be afraid to just throw it on there, rub it. We got the skin, all right? And now I made some incisions. Remember the incisions I was talking about? You made some incisions. You're going to sprinkle some all up in all those incisions. Try to get your hand in there as far as possible in the incision, and you just massage and rub that seasoning way up in there in all those crevices that you created. Go up in there, just get that seasoning in there. This is the making of a really special, a really delicious and awesome dish. Once you have seasoned, once it's seasoned, the entire, all the meats, every ounce of the meat, it's gonna be tasty. It's gonna be delicious. So that's why you have to make sure that it's seasoned properly. And there you go. It doesn't really take that long, and it doesn't take that much. But you have all your ingredients in that spice rub, that dry rub, and you're good to go. You know you have all your flavors in there. Now, I'm going to place this in a plastic wrap. Place it in a plastic wrap and leave it for 24 to 48 hours. Let everything, let all the seasonings, the dry herbs, and everything just marinate and soak right in there and get into the meat, and we'll just have a wonderful. Let me see if I'm missing any crevices. Put stuff in. I think I got them all. And then you just do a last rub on the outside and you're done. So there we go. This is a well-seasoned pork shoulder for roasting. This is ready for roasting. Ready for roasting. And you can hear it saying, "Oh, I feel good. I feel good." Okay, so we'll be back. We'll wrap this guy up, put him in the refrigerator, and we'll be back when we're roasting it. Once again, guys, this is my pork shoulder, which I have seasoned. This is a continuation of the video that I showed, that I have uploaded, and I'll leave the link in the bottom of the description box so you can get the final product. It's now going to be put in the oven for 4 to 6 hours, and it's going to be baked at 300 for 4 to 6 hours. And in preparation for it going into the oven, I will cover it with parchment paper first, and then I'll cover it with foil, so as to lock those juices in and to have it cooked to the temperature pretty quickly and evenly. So here we go. 4 to 6 hours, guys. Hello guys, 4 hours has gone by for my pork shoulder roast, and I'm now going to unveil to see what it looks like, and then if I need to we'll do some basting, and then we'll maybe uncover it and put it back in the oven so it can develop a crisp. So let's see how we're doing here. Very careful. Steam will be escaping. Roll that back. Great. We're doing great here. And we should just test. Yep. The skin is really soft. But we still need to go a little more. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to endeavor to turn it over. I'm going to endeavor to turn it over. So let's do the turn. It's a big guy, so just be careful how you turn it. There we go. So we turned over because we want this side to get crisp, and we'll do the basting from here. Okay. This is an orange mojo marinade that I made. It's oranges, orange juice, orange zest, lemon juice, lime zest, and lime juice, with a little honey and some garlic, some grated garlic. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll be basting with. And we add it's going to add that extra flavor, that extra citrusy flavor to the Cuban pork. And I'm going to leave this uncovered when I put it back in there. I'm not going to cover it again. And we'll baste it every half an hour or every 15 to 20 minutes. So here it is, guy, the Cuban style roasted pork shoulder, and this is what you're looking for, where it comes away from the bone. It's like a pulled pork consistency, and I basted it for the last half an hour every 15 minutes, and it's now succulent. So I hope you try this recipe. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can get all the recipes that I will be uploading on my channel. Thank you. This is Chris Wall on YouTube. Channels Chris's Caribbean Delights. Have a blessed day.